Howdy do, buckaroos. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while and I honestly haven't got a whole bunch of cool stuff to show you. I haven't really got a whole lot done, but I figured I owed you guys an update to show you my process of what I'm doing and why I haven't got a bunch of cool stuff done yet. It's all about the process, but I figured I'd take you guys along on said process and show you how I'm thinking and how I'm laying everything out and how it's turning out. And I figured, I haven't posted a good video in a while, so I figured just a nice, good update video, just kind of walk you guys through what I'm doing, and we can go from there. So I'm going to flip the camera around real quick. Pardon me, I know the truck's a mess. I got parts and pieces all over this thing, but trying to thrash on it to get you guys some cool content of turbo setup and things like that. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to kind of update you guys on what's going on and what we're waiting on. Alright. So we got the camera flipped around here, and as you can see, got the water to air sitting here on the cherry picker. It's a big sucker, so I mean, like I've said in videos before, I have a large to extra large hand, and it's a unit, guys. And just for reference, that's a 4-inch inlet. Like, that's a monster. So got it on the cherry picker. It makes it a lot easier to mock things up and kind of see where we're going. So I did have the intake in at one point, and I was going to show you guys that, but I ended up having to take it out because I got the new intake gaskets in, and I had the turbo on first, and I'm able to slide the intake under, but it's a big pain to tighten the back two intake bolts on that side with the turbo on. So I went to take the turbo off, and you can't take the turbo off with the intake on. And it's just, you try and do it in layers and you can't. So if you can tell, there's a red mark on the stud there, which I got to pull the studs, and I'm going to trim off about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch off the studs, and that'll make it to where I can pull the turbo off enough and pull it up, tighten the intake bolts, slide the turbo back on, tighten it on, good to go. So got to trim those studs, which is why the intake is sitting there and the turbo is sitting there in the valley. You've seen in the last, well, I did not show you in the last video, but got all the injector lines on, all that stuff's ran, all the fuel lines are ran. Like I said, I had the intake on at one point, but I had to take it back off to do some stud trimming and stuff like that. So got the intake back off. Once I trim those studs, then we can put the intake on, make sure I can put the turbo on with the intake on, and then we can go from there on hood stack fabrication, because I am going up to a 5-inch hood stack opposed to the old 4-inch that's right there. Gonna go up to a 5-inch, and then I can show you guys how I'm planning on this intercooler piping. This old bird cherry picker doesn't like picking up engines very good because it kind of bleeds out, but it works perfect for this. So I'll show you guys. The intercooler is going to sit about here. Of course, it'll be more level when I do it, and it will probably end up being tucked in the fender just a little bit. But you can see that charge pipe is going to go in front of the engine, wrap around, and go into the turbo. And then this side is going to go this one is going to just kind of jump over across right into the intake. And how I plan to do all that is, like I said, this is a 4-inch inlet intercooler, but I'm going to run 3-inch intercooler piping. So Keating Machine, they offer a lot of cool one-off flanges and things like that. They actually sell this guy, which gonna end up cutting this bevel off, or I might leave it, but this guy's gonna get welded onto here on both sides. like so. So it'll have a nice good V-band connection. And then this guy, as you can see, it's an S400 flange to a 3-inch pipe, which has a nice O-ring seal, so no worries about boost leaks or anything like that. It's got a nice good O-ring. You can see how far it sticks out, and it fits on there just perfect. Well, this happens to be a 3.5 inch. So what these are is the same dadgum thing, 3.5. So we're welding this onto the 4-inch intercooler. Got a 3.5 inch V-band to 3-inch pipe. So this one will be a, stop moving, get over it. There we go. So that'll be welded on like that. And this is for 3-inch pipe. As you can see, it's got a little lip right there that you set your pipe in, and you can weld it up real nice. That onto that. And like I said, this one will be about like that, run straight across the front of the engine, loop back around the alternator into the turbo. And then this side will be like this, straight up and over into the intake. And as far as the intake goes, I got this plate here, which I ordered from KB Diesel Performance. They offer a 3-inch intake, and they sell a boot kit for a high flow upper intake. But I figured I'm going to make my own because it's all custom piping, so they sell just the plate. And it's nice 3/8 inch thick steel, and they put a 3-inch hole in the center. So I have this 3-inch steel V-band. Alright guys, sorry about the technical difficulty. The phone died there, which that plate, in retrospect, this plate was sitting here last time I started the video. But I got some work done between yesterday and today, actually. Look at that! I did end up trimming the studs back here, so I'm able to remove the turbo with the intake on and off. So now I can tighten all the bolts on the intake with plenty of room to spare. The intake's completely bolted on with all new hardware. Turbo is bolted on with all new hardware, new gasket, in its happy home. We got the plate up here with 2 bolts, and that is actually, I just threw some quick brackets together for this regulator for the in-cab fuel control with the classic Diesel Designs injection pump. That's where that'll be mounted, and it's got the fuel supply. This is the return that runs to that T you guys seen in the few videos prior, which is right there. You can kind of see it. And then we walk over here, and that's injection pump feed that runs down along, runs inside the intake there and into the injection pump. So got a few things done since yesterday. Turbo's on there nice tight. Got all this done, and I really wanted to get these 2 done because now I can start turbo piping, because now I know where this regulator is going to be. I think I'm going to be able to come straight out and come right over this area here and save a lot of pipe. Just kind of keep it low slung. I might end up wrapping it and turning this fitting down a little bit just because it's the hot pipe to keep heat away from this. I can put a heat shield on this fuel line and either heat wrap the pipe or something of that nature. I was planning on powder coating it because we do powder coating in-house, but whatever I gotta do. So I got the turbo on, got the housing snug but not tight so I can clock it to exactly where I want it. And there you can see a better view of the fuel line running down in the intake, or under the intake right there, and into the back of the injection pump. It looks great, it's coming together. And another thing I did that I want to show you guys is the dimple I did in the firewall right here. Remember in a previous video I showed you that this was hitting, so I couldn't bolt the turbo up quite all the way, and I could bolt it up, but I couldn't clock it, because as you can see, the gap is bigger and then it gets smaller as I clock it down where I need it to be. So I just took an air hammer with a flat bit and just massaged a nice pocket in the firewall here. That's kind of a better view of it. just to give myself plenty of, I could stick a hand in between there now, whereas before I couldn't fit a dollar bill back there. So plenty of room for that, and like I said, this thing is on there solid. So I just wanted to give you guys a nice good update video, show you the progress I've been making and why I've waited to make another video. Is just waiting on a couple flanges and things like that, which the rest of the intercooler flanges did show up today, so I'm going to take it down Monday. I don't have quite everything I need to get aluminum TIG welding done. I have all my steel and stainless stuff here. Waiting on a few TIG things for aluminum, so I'm just going to have the local shop weld those aluminum flanges onto the intercooler, and I'll take care of the piping and all that good stuff. So get that dropped off Monday, hopefully have it back middle of the week or so. We can get this intercooler mounted up, start building piping, and this thing is ready to chooch, boys. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Let me know how you think it looks with that S475 mounted up like it's supposed to, intake bolted on, how and where I put that regulator. Just trying to keep everything clean and tight, and it's coming together the exact way I wanted it to. So let me know what you guys think. Sorry it's been so long since the last video, but as you can see, things are rolling, so we're gonna get these videos rolling, and hopefully in the next couple videos it's gonna be this thing running. So again guys, like, share, subscribe, comment what you guys are thinking, and thanks for watching.